On. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We welcome you to the second game today, and that's a first T20 game. So CBC Steelbacks won the toss and will be bowling first. Northwest will be the team who will be batting, or rather who has been asked to bat. So it's an interesting contest there. It is about to unfold before our very eyes. Sunday, playing host to a sunny, idyllic atmosphere, the perfect ambience for a T20 cricket match. Let's just hope that we go ahead and get the best from both the teams. This is an intense contest, to say the least. CBC all set to start their campaign. So first ball from CBC. Over the wicket, pace and a quick single straight away. Good start to the proceedings there. Straight away, meaning business there, willing to score runs, and a good start to the innings. Ready for the next ball there, taking his time slowly. You'll have to keep the scorecard ticking. That's the mantra of T20 cricket. They say it's a batter's game, but it's the bowlers who define the tone of it. It's the bowlers who play the symphony of destruction. Over the wicket this time, brilliantly bowled straight through the defences of the batter. Fortunate enough that the ball was nowhere close to the timber. Brilliant delivery to follow the first ball back. Good cricket there, sensible cricket from CBC so far. First two balls stole away a quick single, and right now they're looking forward for the second. Taking his time, just quickly again, eyeing the fielders properly, and it is important that they go ahead and keep the things in check there. Here he comes, over the wicket. Bowls on the good length area. There won't be any run at all. So decent start, a single of the first ball and then a couple of dot balls. So that's how it's supposed to start, but nevertheless it's power play. So for that initial heat, for that initial pyrotechnics to take flight, one has to come ablaze, and for that coming ablaze factor, one has to eye the proceedings around them. Over the wicket again. The question is, can the bowlers take care of the proceedings and keep the momentum going? It was a beautiful ball and glanced it down the leg side. The first boundary of the day. A bit fuller this time. Allowed the batsman to free his arms, and he didn't really have to do much. He just used the pace of the ball. It was on the pads already. All he needed to do was steer it home, and he did it comfortably there. So good shot. A very good shot to play, and that's raced away to the ropes for a boundary. Still some overs to come up there. Taking his time. Not really happy with the last ball. There was easy pickings for the southpaw. Over the wicket once again from bowler number 6, from jersey number 65. There was a short ball, pulled it hard. And that would race away to the boundary like a cannonball. What a strike. You can't just offer them to the batters. That's like offering a sacrifice to a hungry god. I mean, I don't know what the bowler was thinking. He was there, he's in set, and a couple of early boundaries. What a start. This time he'll have to correct his line. 8 runs have already been scored, 9 on the cards so far. Over the wicket again, trying to maintain the same line. This time high in the air, but it just surpasses the bowler's extended arm. He set up the batsman very nicely. That should be the end of the first over. The scorecard now reads 9 for the loss of none. That is some good cricket there, and he's really expecting forward. He's really expecting to carry forth the momentum. A change of ends, new bowler, the captain of CBC Steelbacks finally into the action. Fidal Haq will be bowling in. Fidal Haq just measuring his distance, measuring his location. He's indeed an inspirational figure to many. Carrying on cricket at such an age, people say that you start aging, people say that the game starts leaving you. But believe me, Fidal Haq has been an inspiration to many. He set the trail for some mind-boggling cricketers, for players who have been, who have been past his age, who have been past that prime age which says that brings out the best in cricketers. There goes Fidal Haq over the wicket, medium pace, whacks it down the leg side, good piece of fielding, straight to the fielder. So that won't allow him to score any run. Good start to the over so far. Fidal Haq will be a happy man. He knows that he'll have to do something. The first over went for a lot of runs. They won't be happy with it. So yes, it has to be the responsibility, the onus of the captain to reel things back in. Fidal Haq taking his time. He'll be running over the wicket once again. Yes, it's over the wicket. Bowls it short, but this time bowls it brilliantly. Foxes the batsman with some extra speed. And this is something the batter won't really appreciate while batting early in the overs. These are power plays, this is a power play. These are overs where the batters should take up some easy pickings. Sadly, things are still not up to the mark. There goes Fidal over the wicket once again. Once again, the batsman swings his arm, but it won't pass the cordon of fielders that has been placed inside the circle. So yes, Fidal will be a happy man so far with the first 3 deliveries. He hasn't given out anything so far. That's what the captain does, leading from the front. There goes Fidal over the wicket once again to the batter. Bowls it up in the air. Can Fidal take it himself? He does! The captain strikes. The man with the golden arm has got his big man there. 3 dot balls forcing the batsman to play a shot. Completely a needless strike, to be honest, and a half-hearted attempt from the batter. Didn't commit to that shot. The ball didn't really come onto the bat either, so the batsman should have struck it hard enough. There was no pace as well on the delivery. Some medium pace, and the batsman thought that it would have been perfect if he could have actually struck it. Sadly, he ends up lofting into the arms of Fidal himself. The first wicket, first blood for CBC Steelbacks. New batsman in the centre. As expected, as said, the captain will be a happy man, and the captain will continue being what he was so far. He will be eager to pick up another wicket though, because that generally turns the game on its head. It was an expensive first over, but the second over has already changed the game in altogether a different direction. That's T20 cricket for you, folks. That's drama for you. Can Fidal Haq strike again? There runs Fidal over the wicket. Bowls it close to the batter's body. They wanted a quick single, but they'll have to be satisfied with a dot. So it has so far been a blazing over from Fidal. No runs scored, a wicket already. Can he turn it into a wicket maiden? That's a $1 million question. He will have all his focus on it. Fidal with the last ball of his over the wicket to the batsman. This time the batter plays it straight to the fielder, and that will be a wicket maiden to start his proceedings with. 2 overs gone. The scorecard now reads 9 for the loss of 1. So there will be a change of ends. I believe it will be the same bowler who bowled the first over, brought back to the attack. The question is, how good can he make amends to that expensive first over of his? He'll definitely be seeking a shot at redemption like England in the Ashes. The question is, how successful do you think it is going to be? So yes, they are to the man now. It's all set. Another intense over, another intense 6 balls of a thrilling contest between the willow and the leather. Bowls it at pace. There was an edge there. I personally believe had the fielder been been a couple of inches forward, he could have bagged a catch there. But sadly, things didn't really boil down the way it should have. It fell a bit short of the fielder there. It was most likely fielding a bit ahead, rather a bit behind, in which the slip cordon should be placed at. It's a good start for the bowling side after an initial first over. It's kind of in watershed, you can call it. Here he comes over the wicket again. He'll try and use his pace. Again a good ball, a bit short of length there, forcing the batsman to bring his bat down quickly. So far, ever since the second over has started, the Steelbacks are right now leading the charge, and with that fall of the wicket in Fidal's over, with the wicket maiden that he bowled, he's turned things hot on its wheels. That's a brilliant shot! That's a brilliant shot! Exquisite connection with the bat, clears the fence with ease. Another colossal strike, and it's a 6. This is intense batting, proper use of the power plays. It was a statement, it was a concrete statement that even the fact that we have lost a wicket, that won't deter our ambitions in going hot. What a strike, to say the least. It's all set for the next ball of the over. A 6 of the last. Can he make amends again? He's again going expensive. High in the air this time. It'll fall short of the fielder. However, that won't be much damage. So a quick single. Was there a quick single? I don't think so. So no single was taken. So yes, they're relying a lot on the boundaries so far. Out of the 15 runs that has been scored, 14 has been through boundaries, and that's a good sign. But that's at the same time a warning sign. If you cannot run between the wickets, if you cannot keep the scorecard ticking, honestly speaking, you either you have to be Andre Russell, decimating the bowlers at will, or you have to keep on scoring the singles. Again, a wild swing of his arms, but this time the bowler had the upper hand. He knew that the batter was going to do something ambitious, so he bowls it. He sticks to his rudimentary, he sticks to the basics, and bowls out the decent ball. So yes, again the bowler taking his time. He knows he's been peppered for a 6, but that's okay with him because he's managed a lot of dot balls. This time he beautifully places it. Okay, there is fielder in the deep, so that will be a single. I guess I was overtly excited with the stature of the shot played. This is sensible cricket, very sensible cricket. The scorecard now moves on to 16 for the loss of 1. So the question is, are they bringing back Fidal to the attack? Yes, Fidal's back to the attack. Now how can he respond? That's another $1 million question, but it will be interesting. Fidal's already got a wicket, but this time he'll be facing a different batsman there. A batsman who's already started with the charge, and he's taking hold of affairs so far. He struck a couple of boundaries and a 6. Again, a close observation of the field from the fielding side. The keeper leading the charge actually, and that's the best thing. It's said that it's the wicket keeper who can see the full field from a batter's perspective, and that's why it becomes a lot easier for him to carry on with this job. Fidal round the wicket for the batsman. Not really interested in playing those big strikes now. Gets a step forward, plays a defensive stroke. He knows he has the capability of making it a big knock, but so it's easy for him right now to play that that soft stroke. There runs Fidal again, round the wicket. Lets it go to the keeper, and it's a wide. It's good judgment there from the batter, not really interested in taking unnecessary risks. We saw in the last game how the game changed its momentum with 10 balls to spare. So you won't definitely want that to happen. So it is important. It is very important that you maintain a calm and composed head altogether. There goes Fidal again, round the wicket to the batsman. Bowls it, plays a decent stroke. It will be straight into the arms of the fielder. No runs whatsoever. So that means the scorecard still remains at 16 for the loss of 1. This is sensible batting. They are not willing to attack Fidal at the moment. They are trying to keep things in check. They are trying to keep things sensible. Fidal round the wicket with the next ball of the over. This time that was a delivery that was a bit tempting for the batter. He wanted to free his arms. He just made some room for himself, but eventually found out that the ball was way slower than he was expecting, and it hit him there and the toe end of the bat. So sadly, things won't pan out in the way he would want them to. Fidal with another ball this time. Glances it down the leg side. They were looking for a quick single, but it won't be. That will mark the end of Fidal's over. Another fabulous over so far. I'm sorry. I guess he'll still have a ball to bowl. My bad actually. So yes, he has a few balls to bowl there. So yes, there goes Fidal. What a delivery this time. The batsman trying to swing his arm, free his arms, get some room for himself, but that didn't help at all. Fidal has got a couple of more balls to go there. There goes Fidal for the last ball of his over. Swings his arms and there's a lot of space. Will it be racing away to the boundary? It does. A great shot to end Fidal's over. He was hoping that he can probably ring out another maiden over. Sadly, he couldn't. That's the end of the 4th over, and the score now reads 20 for the loss of 1. Well, the only funny fact is all those 20 runs has come from the same batter. So ideally, if he can just contribute 100% of the runs from his team, I guess that'll be a record in itself, but it isn't actually. So yes, there's a new man on strike, and I believe there's going to be medium pace. So it'll be Badshah carrying on with the bowling attack there. Again, a quick observation from the keeper, setting his field. 4 overs have gone, 20 runs has been scored, and out of those 20 runs, so there's a quick change of fielding there. A lot of confidence being showered upon the bowler by the captain. And here he goes. So it's going to be spin from one end. That's interesting. Some early introduction of spin, and that's to inside the power play. And he steers it down the leg side and steals a quick single. Sensible batting there, keeping the scoreboard ticking. And that's the first run from the other batter. So eventually it was, it was coming on from that same batter. So for the first time today, for the Northwest, another batter has scored. The scorecard now reads 21 for the loss of 1. So it's Orithro Mehta who's moved on to 19, and Ghanasham Pallit is at the other end, who's just got off the mark. 4 overs have been bowled, and it's Badsha Qureshi continuing the attack. For a spinner, relatively it's a long run up. Eventually he walks a couple of steps, so that's kind of a very unorthodox action, but nevertheless he's a southpaw, so that's another bamboozling effort. Again, a quick piece of field monitoring there from the keeper. Badsha Qureshi. Here he goes. Orithro on strike. Orithro first he decides, so that was a very late shot from Orithro. He initially decides to go on the front foot and swing his arms, but then he eventually realizes that the ball is in the line of the batter, so it's basically in the line of the stumps, and whenever someone's bowling quickly in the line of the stumps, it's sensible enough to bring your bat down. There goes there goes Badsha over the wicket. Oh, it's a wild swing again, but there's a lot of protection in the deep, so only a single will be stolen away. Orithro gets out the strike. Good cricket there. The man on strike is Ghanasham Pallit. He scored 1 from 3 balls so far. There goes Badsha over the wicket. Oh, that was another great delivery. Bowling in the line of the stumps, forcing the batsman to play that late cut. So this kind of bowling has been the bane of Indian middle order in Test cricket, and exactly that's the kind of bowling that has been done. This is really good bowling from Badsha, keeping the line tight, which is very important. So there goes Badsha again, over the wicket to the batter. Another short ball, another desperate attempt to play, but he won't find any glory in that. This is really great bowling from Badsha. What a starting over he's had. He's just conceded 2 runs. Ghanasham Pallit, the man on strike, he's trying to score a few runs, but so far he's been unsuccessful. Again in the same place and the same shot and the same result. No runs. Brilliant over from Badsha comes to an end. That's the end of 5 overs. The scorecard now reads 22 for the loss of 1. So ladies and gentlemen, we are sitting here on Boxing Day. We have heard Boxing Day Test, we have heard Boxing Day Premier League, everything that happens on Boxing Day. Let's just hear Boxing Day T20. On the prelude to madness at Centurion between India and South Africa, we are witnessing to some intense T20 action, and what a game it has so far been. Now that's quite a decision from the captain himself. Fidal Hawk is back to the attack. So he'll be going forth with his 3rd over. He's had a decent 2 overs so far, just conceded 5 runs and picked up a wicket and a maiden. There goes Fidal. This time, this is a wide ball. The man on strike is Orithro. So Orithro has been pretty destructive. He's hit 3 4s and a 6. So out of the 20 runs he scored 18 of them through boundaries. So that's quite an interesting stat, but as I said, it is extremely imperative that the scorecard keeps ticking. Fidal bowls it this time, and there is protection of course in the long on area, who will be cutting it short to just a single. So there has been a change of strikes now. Ghanasham Pallit will be the man on strike. Fidal will have the ball in his arms there. He's so far done a decent job in the first 2 overs. He's picked a wicket maiden and then came back strongly in the 2nd over. Just conceded 5 of it, which is really an interesting feat in itself. especially in the context of T20 cricket. There goes Fidaul. Well, there was an early movement. I don't know. Probably that allowed Fidaul to change his line. There was an early movement from Ghanshyam Palit with his feet quickly shuffling towards the offside. It felt as if he can actually go ahead and play that shot in the end, but in the end he realizes that there was an early movement. The ball was not really in the line that he was hoping them to be, and it eventually ends up with a dot ball. There goes Fidaul, this time bowling it on the offside, places it beautifully down the offside, the batter, and he'll only steal away a quick single. So 5.4 overs have been bowled and the score now reads 25 for the loss of 1. Fidaul has been doing a decent job. 2.4 overs, 1 maiden, 9 runs and a wicket. As a captain, they say a captain leading from the front. There goes Fidaul. Round the wicket this time to Aritra. Again a brilliant ball. Good use of the good length area. Pitching it in that area. There's some extra bounce that's really troubling the batters so far. So it's 5.4 overs, 25 for the loss of 1 so far. Let's see how does these things pan out. There he goes again, round the wicket. This time glances it down the leg side. Aritra will be stealing a single. So Aritra Kumar Mittal, he moves on to 22 and will be keeping the strike. 6 overs gone. The score now reads 5.5 overs has been bowled. The score now reads 26 for the loss of 1. It's very sensible cricket so far. They have got a few boundaries for sure. They are trying to get their eyes set in. The last ball of the power play. And a wild swing of arms. It's in the air and it's in the gap. What a strike there from Ghanshyam Palit. He's taking his time. He knows what he's capable of. And he just showcased the bedazzling brilliance in his arms. What a strike. And that's a 6. That's the end of power play. 6 overs gone. 32 for the loss of 1. It has been an intense 6 overs and it has been an oscillating 6 overs as well. It has swung more wildly than you would have expected. There was one point in time when the bowlers had momentum, then the batters got the momentum back, and then the bowlers once again had it, and now once again the batters are on the rise. So this is what T20 cricket is all about. The shortest format of the game. You know, in better terms, you can call it the more raucous sibling. Now, there was a point in time where I read that T20 is the more raucous sibling of ODI and Test cricket. It has a lot of thrills in it, and even though it's very transient, but yes, Badshah is back to the attack and he will be bowling over the wicket this time. Again a firm strike there, and this time straight in the arms of the fielder. The big man departs and Badshah strikes. Aritra, overtly ambitious in his exploit of getting another boundary, couldn't connect, took the toe end of the bat and straight into the arms of the fielder in the deep. A big wicket, a big blow there. It was Aritra who was dictating the proceedings so far, and eventually he's gone. This is what happens when you rely overtly on boundaries and not steal away those singles. Big blow there, deafening blow. Another wicket, and Badshah Qureshi will be a happy man. He's had an excellent first over, came back with a bang. It was taken by Ritesh in the boundary and it was bowled by Badshah. Aritra departs for 22 from 24 balls. He struck 3 fours and he smashed a colossal 6. Question is, who comes in next? They're still waiting for the next batter. And yes, he's arrived in the centre. So the new man in is Saroj Kumar Shah, who's got an exciting average of 22. So let's see. Can Badshah Qureshi continue with the momentum that he has started the game with? They've got a wicket, so most likely they'll be on the dominant side right now. over the wicket once again. Saroj Kumar Shah trades it for a quick single there. No, he doesn't. So good piece of fielding work there. Cuts it short, not really interested in taking the risk. The third ball of the over to be bowled. Badshah has so far been phenomenal. 1.2 overs and a wicket already and just 2 runs. Another good ball, this time a quick single will be taken. As mentioned before, it is very, very important that the scoreboard keeps on ticking. It will be otherwise very challenging for the scorecard to remain, or rather the players to garner whatever momentum they have. So Badshah Qureshi taking his time. Ghanasham Palit, he struck a massive 6 on the last ball of the previous over. So most likely he'll be very eager to continue with that momentum. But they have just lost a wicket, they'll have to be sensible. More sensible than ever. Once again, yes, that is sensible cricket. Not taking a run, plays it very softly to the fielder there. Badshah continuing that momentum. So far a brilliant spell from him. And he'll be eager to keep things in check. There goes Badshah once again. Takes a couple of steps as mentioned and then starts with his run-up. What a delivery there. Forces the batsman to bring his bat down. Electrifying running between the wickets. This is fast. Really, really fast between the batters. That is extremely important. You keep the scoreboard ticking. That's the main mantra of the game. You cannot let the scoreboard go dormant.
तो बेचारे को पैसा मिल रहा है भाई
This is again Qureshi over the wicket, smashes it down. There is cover there in the deep, in the long off. He'll cut it short to a single. So another good ball from Badshah, and that will be the end of his second over. So an intriguing decision they have decided. The captain has decided to complete his quota of 4 overs. So he'll be going for his 4th over. So far he's bowled 3 overs, claimed a maiden and a wicket. So the only blot so far in his bowling has been that colossal 6 that he conceded in that last over. The man on strike will be Saroj Kumar Shah. So there goes Fidal. And that should be a wide. He'll have to keep his line and length intact. He's not really able to go ahead and find himself on the rise. He'll have to keep the bowling simple. He'll have to maintain his discipline. That's more important. In the T20 format of cricket, you can't simply give away those extras. This time a great strike, but straight to the fielder. In fact, the shot had so much intensity that it actually knocked the fielder off his feet. So yes, Fidal, he started the over with a wide and he's come back strongly. But again, let's just talk about Saroj. He's an intense character in the domestic circuit. Bowls it, takes the aerial route, and has he found the gap? Yes, he has. Glides it down the offside. Beautiful shot. Fidal so far has been successful, but this time he bowled a poor one, bowled it fuller, much fuller than you would anticipate. And the batter, that was kind of an offering there for the batsman. And he took it with his arms wide open. What a shot there. Fidal again taking his time, going round the wicket this time. And once again, he sticks to that same line but on the pads, and he glanced it down the leg side. They are running fast and they'll easily get a couple. The fielder not interested to press it down there. So yes, another ball. So Fidal's not really having a good time with this last over. He was phenomenal in the first three, but this last over has so far proven to be his undoing. He's bowled 3.3 overs. Bowls it again, takes the aerial route, high in the air, Fielder running the deep. Can he cut it short? Well, unfortunate for the batter. Very unfortunate, in fact. The outfield is not as fast as you'd expect, allows the fielder to get to the ball. But again, this is some intense and dynamic batting from Saroj Kumar Shaw. He's played 7 balls, he scored 10 runs. And he's hammered a boundary already. He'll be the man on strike. There goes Fidal. This is sensible batting. Defends it like vintage test cricket. That is intense batting from Saroj. Sensible batting as well. Not really willing to free his arms from there on. Good cricket. Very good cricket, in fact. Fidal with the last ball of his over. Round the wicket to the batsman. This time glances it down the leg side. There's definitely covers for it. They're looking for a second. They're pressing hard for it. This can be an opportunity. But a desperate lunge from Suraj Kumar Shaw saves the day. And that's the end of the over. The score moves on to 36 for the loss of 2 from 7 overs. Good batting there. Very good batting from Suraj Kumar Shaw. Sorry, 8 overs gone. 46 for the loss of 2. My bad. So far it has been an intense first 8 overs. The slowest start, Aritra Kumar Mittal was trying to play a few big strikes, and then eventually things are back to the proceedings now. Then again, the wicket of Aurit Shaw and another wicket did slow down the proceedings a bit, but then once again the batters are on top now. It's so in every single game, in every single war, it's a question of momentum. No matter where you are, no matter how dominating you have been, it's all about the momentum. Once the momentum changes, the game changes, and we have seen this time and time again, history repeating itself. And right now the momentum is with the batting side. Suraj Kumar Shaw has laid down the path of domination right now. The only question is if he can carry forward with it. So the new bowler back in is, the new bowler has been brought into action. So Fidal has finished his quota of 4 overs. The last 2 overs were pretty expensive for him. So man on strike is Ghanashyam. Let's see if he can do something out there. Well, he continues to be restless. Ali Shahzeb has been brought to the attack. And it's the 9th over in progress. And there goes Ali over the wicket to Ghanashyam. Again, if you would look at Ghanashyam's stance, you would believe that he's planning to hit something big. But at the end of the day, he's still to connect, and that was a wide ball. So the scorecard now moves on to 47. This time Ali, there was a bit short on action. There is protection there in the deep, and he will cut it short to just a single. Well, the batters have been ambitious so far in their exploits. It's just that they haven't really found out the right spots with which they can smoke those colossal strikes. That's what they are hired for. And now the man of the moment, Suraj Kumar Shaw, who has rather led the domination so far, will be summoned to action against Ali Shahzeb. Ali Shahzeb has been off to a good start so far. And this time frees his arms. There is a field dust. Oh my God, he's grasped it. They say catches win matches. It was a pretty much simple take. He was going straight into his arms. Sadly, it went down. Well, this is a game, they say. And these things happen. These are moments that keep on happening. You just have to be a bit cautious. Nevertheless, a run was stolen, so the score moves on to 49 for the loss of 3 from 8.3 overs. So opportunities are coming, and that will be the silver lining. And this time he has smacked it down the offside. Good piece of fielding effort there. Ghanshyam Pollitt moves on to 11 now. He's taken it, and that's a 50. That's a 50 for Northwest. So once again, a quick change in the field there as Saroj is back to the strike. My bad, apologies. Ali down the leg side. Again, a very nice shot, calmly played it to the fielder in the deep. Only a single will be stolen. So yes, the scorecard now reads 51 for the loss of 2 from 8.5 overs. Now the man back on strike is Ghanshyam. He hasn't been exposed to much strike. It has been Suraj mainly who's facing the deliveries. Last ball of the 9th over. Let's see what have we got in store for us. Again, the ball is keeping low, so that is interesting. That is something the batters will take notice of, and especially in the spinners. That's the end of 9 overs. The score has now moved off to 52 for the loss of 2. As this has so far been a show, or this has so far been a pretty balanced outing between both the sides, with Northwest having their moments of glory, with the Steelbacks having their moments of glory. So it has been a pretty even contest between these two. And now a new bowler finally makes his introduction from the other end after Fidal Haq's quota has come to an end. So it is interesting. It's spin from both ends. So is it spin? I guess it's not. It's most likely pace. We'll relay you the confirmation so far. It's taking some time. So it is pace, but it's a very short run up, and that's very interesting to witness, honestly speaking. A quick single was stolen on the first ball of the over. We'll keep you posted about this new run up. I mean, it's a very unpredictable thing in cricket. You generally see when the bowlers bombing down at you, scaring you, intimidating you with the form, or rather with the fierce stature of a fast bowler, you expect a long run up. But when it's eventually a short run up, you don't expect the ball to come at you at such mighty fine pace, and that takes a batsman by surprise because it's not easy to read it. A good delivery there that excited the bowler. It stoked him up, his ambitions of picking a wicket. Eventually thought there was a slight edge there, but no, it wasn't. The man on strike is Saroj Kumar Shaw. He scored. Well, it was in the... Oh my God! That's a horrendous fielding effort there, and the ball races away to the boundary. Not something that the batting side would really like to look forward. The bowling side would really like to look forward to. Well, these things happen. This is cricket. You know, there are times when you have the lackadaisical efforts going your way, and the balls racing to the boundaries when you would not want them to. So it's a boundary for Saroj Kumar Shaw. It was in the air for a while. Ritesh is the man who is bowling. He took a fabulous catch for wicket. This time once again takes the aerial route, grazes it down the offside for another boundary. This is dominating cricket from Suraj Shaw. And the score races away to 61 for the loss of 2 from 9.4. Suraj moves on to 18 from 13 balls, and he's already struck 2 fours. So there goes Ritesh for the next ball of the over. Up in the air, but way beyond the reach of the extended arm of Ritesh. They are looking forward for a second, and they'll comfortably get it. So this is really good running between the wickets, sensible cricket, keeping the scorecard ticking, keeping the run rate going their way. So the score now moves on to 63 for the loss of 2 from 9.5 overs. 1 ball to go from Ritesh's over. There goes Ritesh for the last ball of his over. Again, plays it down to that long off fielder. Will only be a single. So that's the halfway mark of the innings. 10 overs gone. The scorecard moves off to 64 for the loss of 2. Northwest still with the momentum in their side, wherein CBC Steelbacks are struggling at the moment. So 10 overs have gone, the score is 64 for the loss of 2. Most likely in the remaining 10 overs, that's the latter half of the play, the batters would most likely love to put their feet on the gas and wriggle free as many runs as they can. So it's going to be Ali Shazeb continuing the attack from the other end. Suraj Kumar Shaw, the man who is not out on 25 from 16 balls, will be continuing the attack and the battery. So Ali Shazeb will be going round the wicket. Bowls a fuller one, takes the aerial route, and it would race away to the boundaries. Suraj continues with his battery of tormenting the Steelbacks. What a shot, to say the least, again. And it was once again in the hitting arc. Ali Shazeb will have to be careful so that he doesn't place that fuller. Most likely it's tempting the batsman to go for that aerial routes. So good shot from Saroj Kumar Shaw. Once again bowls it, this time really doesn't connect it. That's the plan altogether. That's the plan, catching the toe end of the bat. We just saw it. It was almost in the similar line, just a bit shorter than you would expect, and this time the batter didn't really have the desired result. Ali Shazeb has so far been a decent customer at the moment. He's bowled 1.1 overs, conceded 10 runs so far, but nevertheless the bowling, the impact that he has had, that's massive. What a delivery this time. The batter completely misses the line. He was looking forward to sweep the bowler, but it's genuinely not easy to sweep the ball when it's keeping straight. The man back on strike is Saroj Kumar Shaw now. He's moved on to 30. The scorecard now reached 70 for the loss of 2 from 10.3 overs. Shazeb goes round the wicket again. This time he again takes the aerial route, but the protection is on point there. So there won't be much other than a single there. This is disciplined bowling from Shazeb. After being hammered for a boundary in the opening ball of the over, that dents the momentum, or that dents the confidence of a bowler. He's come back. He staged a strong comeback there. This is good bowling, forcing the batsman to play a few unnecessary strokes. And that was another good delivery there, straight to the safe arms of Fidal Hawk. Once again, the bowlers are doing a decent job of reeling the batters in there. Let's see, how does he finishes this over? Bowls it fuller, and the batsman misses the line completely. That's the end of 11 overs, and the score now moves on to 71 for the loss of 2. So 11 overs have gone by, and the scorecard now has been 71 for the loss of 2. Ghanashyam Palit has played 19 balls, scored 14. Saroj Kumar Shaw, he scored 31 from the 19 balls. This time it's taken the aerial route straight Beautiful strike, one bounce to the boundary. That's what you call some glorious hitting, and that's what Saroj Kumar Shaw has been doing. He's moved on to 35 now. He's been dictating the bowlers. This is really, really sensible cricket. This is as better as a cricketing shot can get. Ritesh was brought back to the attack, used the pace of the ball and simply lofted it over gloriously. There goes Ritesh, round the wicket. Again a bit short of length, plays it down the leg side, a tough task for the fielder. Can he get it to it? He does. And yeah, he does. Well, the question is 2 runs will only be there for the grab, so a decent work from the fielder in the deep. The score now moves on to 77 for the loss of 2. Suraj Shaw is right now coming out in his most blazing avatar. Ritesh with the ball, and this time Suraj couldn't read it at all. The keeper has now got back from the stumps. So that means that the balls are no longer going to be full. It's going to be a bit shorter than they were the last time. Again, Ritesh continues with his short run up and yet those intense, hard and fast bowling. There goes Ritesh. Bowls it, takes the aerial route. This time, can he cut it through? But it will fall short of the fielders, but they'll still do singles. This can be a bit challenging. A loud appeal, and yes, he's gone. A Herculean effort from Saroj Kumar Shaw meets a tragic end. Well, he slipped in between, and that has what led to his downfall. A run out, a fabulous field of fielding effort there. It was absolutely not needed. Yet he pressed for the second run and he finds himself short of the popping crease. So a big blow. This is a big blow. Saroj Kumar Shaw, the man who scored a fabulous 37 from just 22 balls, has been dismissed in the most unwanted fashion, in the most untoward fashion. The scorecard now reads 78 for the loss of 3, and a great work from the wicket-keeper. In fact, the way he launched himself at the stumps, I mean, that was something fabulous, and that's what you expect again from the keeper. Fielding of the first waters. So the question is, who will be the new batter and how can he go ahead and change the shape of the game? So the new batsman in is Dipayan Datta. There wasn't so much need to take risks. The scorecard was going comfortably and it was going in a firm way, in fact. And yet they decided to take the risks. And they lost the big wicket there. So 5th ball of the over. And sensible batting, not interested in hitting early. Needs to get his eyes set. That's all that he'll be expecting and hoping for. The current run rate is 6.69. That projects a score of 120. And a decent way to end the over. Ritesh is very aggressive. He doesn't want to give away anything. That's the end of his over. 12 overs gone. The scorecard now reads 78 for the loss of 3. With the current run rate of 6.50, the projected score reads 117. So Ali Shazeb is back to the attack and this will be 13th over. Let's see how does the batters respond. So Ali Shazeb will be over the wicket. This time once again fiercely attacks the ball, but he will only get a single. There is ample protection there on the deep, so he won't be finding much from this. Dipayan Datta is off the mark with this good shot there. He's managed a single. Ghanasham Palit back to the... Sorry, it was Ghanasham who basically stole the run. My bad, apologies again. Swali Jose with the ball in his arms there. Again, this time glances it down the leg side. It'll just be a single. They're pretty comfortable giving away those singles, but eventually with these singles, the thing that happens is a partnership starts building. The confidence starts growing, and that is what must be stopped in its very roots. Shazeb with the next ball of his over. He dances down the pitch but plays it straight at Shazeb. So no runs whatsoever. Good bowling from Shazeb. He read the batsman. There was some good anticipation from the spinner there. And here comes Shazeb. Again bowling it way outside the off stump, forcing the batsman to bring his bat down. Now this is a new technique that has been invented to stop batters from hitting aggressively in the T20 cricket. Genuinely, you'd see in the death overs where that wide Yorkers are being bowled. They are eventually bowled on the 4th or the 5th stump. So eventually that technique is being widely adhered to in the current days, because the batters are always in the mood to swing their arms. So yeah. Oh, that was a good delivery. That had some pace, that skit off the surface, and the batter had to be very, very quick in bringing his bat down. Took a sharp inside edge and the ball went down to the fielder. However, a quick single was stolen nevertheless. The score moves on to 82 for the loss of 3 from 12.5 overs. Shazeb with the last ball of his over. Again dances down the pitch. This time he's past the bowler there, but there is fielder there. Sandeep cuts it short to a single. So that will be the end of Shazeb's over. 13 overs gone. The scorecard moves on to 83 for the loss of 3. There's a change of ends. Ritesh will most likely be continuing with his attack. He had a brilliant last over. He got he didn't get it, but that featured the run out of a set Saroj Shaw. So yes, the man on strike will be Ghanshyam Palit, and it will be Ritesh continuing the attack. Once again, it was much fuller on the toe. They'll steal a single there and rotate the strike. This is decent and sensible bowling from Ritesh, and equally sensible batting. I mean, not just mindless swing of his arms, mindless swing of the willow, and that is what creates the difference. The man on strike will be Dipayan Datta now. Ghanshyam has been in there for a while. Takes the aerial route and finds the gap. The fielder couldn't make it in time, and the ball races away to the boundary. Good cricket there from Dipayan Datta. Found this loose ball. There was a bit overpitched than usual. He was targeting the good length area, but ended up bowling a bit fuller than you would expect. And he beautifully carves it down the offside for 4. Slices the gap. There goes Ritesh again. And this time he chooses the leg side. And it will go straight to the hands of this fielder there. And it will be another single. The score moves on to 89 for the loss of 3, and Ghanshyam Palit is back on strike. Ritesh didn't really have a good spell so far. He started off well, but post that he has been peppered all around the park. There goes Ritesh. Short run up. Fast ball. Sweep set. And it's a very cheeky shot that will race away to the boundary again. This is T20 cricket at its entertaining best. The batsman waited for the ball to come, used the pace of it, scooped it over the keeper, and glided it to the boundary. Good cricket there. Very good cricket from Dipayan Datta indeed. Sorry, it was Ghanshyam Palit with the boundary. Oh, that's a huge strike! Out of the stadium into another continent. What a strike! I told you, all they needed was a few balls to get their eyes set in. And we can see it now. Domination, sheer domination from the batsman there. They know that the overs are coming to a halt, so yes, they'll have to change the ball. What a strike from Ghanshyam Palit. He's got his eyes set and he's been there for a while. and now it is all guns blazing for him. Ritesh, a very, very sad man, once again tries to play the scoop shot but didn't connect at all. Just takes the toe end of the bat, will be going to the fielder in the deep. So that's the end of Ritesh's over. 14 overs gone and Northwest has completed their 100. So the last 4 overs of the game are left, and they have resorted to their primary bowler, who has so far been sublime in his exploits. Badshah is back to the attack, but the only thing that is right now to be taken into consideration is the dynamic duo of Ghanashyam Palit and Dipayan Datta. They have set things ablaze. Badshah over the wicket there. Dances down the pitch, couldn't connect at all. Good bowling from Badshah. He cuts down on the distance and brings it down to just a single. A quick rotation of strike. The man on strike will be Dipayan Datta now. Dipayan Datta has also hammered a boundary so far. The score now reads 101 for the loss of 3. We have seen an expensive last over. Ritesh went for a lot of runs. Badshah goes for the next ball of the over. Again takes the aerial route. There is a fielder and he drops it again. Another catch dropped. And this is misery compounding for the fielding side. Not at all a good omen for them. Not at all. A bit fortunate there, Ghanashyam Palit. He is the man in charge. He has been peppering the bowlers, and they have just grasped his effort there. This could have been another wicket. This could have been a thorn in the flesh of the Northwest. Badshah with the next ball in his over. There he goes. Once again done. That's high in the air. There's fielder, but it's gone a long way. A long, long way. That's glorious. That's out of the park. What a strike there. Finds it full. And I told you already, they are right now in their hitting arc. They have got the momentum on their side. And whatever you bowl them at, they are going to turn them in. It's another massive strike from Ghanashyam Palit. And he continues the rampage that he's on right now. He goes for the next ball of the over, Badshah Qureshi. Again, he dances down the pitch, takes the aerial route, will just fall one shot to Sandeep. It didn't really carry. It's good bowling again. He's kind of tempting the batsman there. He's forcing him to play those aerial route shots, and that's good. And right now they are in the mood to take that big shots, big knocks, play those aerial routes, and that is what it is expected. The score now reads 109 for the loss of 3 from 14.4 overs. Badshah Qureshi with the next ball of the over. Oh, that was a good ball. That was a very good ball. Last ball of the over. Can they change the complexion of the game? Can Badshah pick up a wicket from here and break this partnership? There goes Badshah for the last ball of his over. Let's see what happens. It was a beautiful ball there. The batsman had no idea of the line whatsoever. That's the end of the 15th over. Badshah with a decent over, and that makes the score 109 for the loss of 3. Dipayan Datta not out on 8. Ghanashyam Palit not out on 37 from 30 balls. So we are in for the final 3 overs of the innings. In cricketing contest, let's define it as the slog overs. In the terms of literature, this is what you called the most climactic final or the most climactic finale of an intense drama unspooling before your eyes. The question is, who comes out on top? Right now, the Northwest has been high on confidence. However, the question is, can they reel things back in? Somnath Das, welcome to the grinder with a grinding strike. What a shot there! Out of the stadium, out of sight, out of the park. You simply can't stop Ghanshyam Palit. He is the man in form and he welcomes Somnath Das with a colossal strike. And he is in the mood to dance. He is in the mood to dance big. A desperate attempt to find the ball is being continued there. It's kind of an operation, let's call it Operation Find the Ball. We would just name it. Sorry for the bad joke anyway. But what an intense batting are we witnessing there. Ghanshyam Palit hitting the bowlers all around the park, has no remorse whatsoever. He is a mercenary in for payment, and that payment is boundaries and over boundaries. What batting there from this batsman there. Somnath Das, he'll really look forward to catching shot there. The question is, can he round the wicket once again? Again, this time couldn't really connect. It will be straight to the fielder at long on there, and it'll only be a single. So a quick rotation of strike there, and Dipayan Datta will be the man on strike. He hasn't faced much balls. A quick change in the fielding because it's the left hand right hand combination building there. And this partnership now worth 38 runs from just 22 balls. Somnath Das once again round the wicket. Oh, that's another classic strike out of the bloody continent, and a brilliant 6 to move on to 122 there. Dipayan Datta coming out in his blazing avatar this time. He joins the party late, gets into the groove, and papers Somnath Das into the stands. Next ball from Somnath Das. This time sensible. The batsman expecting that the umpire will be signalling a wide, but no, he doesn't. This is madness from the batters there. Again, another short ball. He's taken aerial route, but it'll just fall one bounce short of the fielder. Didn't really carry. And a quick single brings back Ghanshyam Palit to the helm of affairs. Are we in for another intense end to this over that has leaked runs more than a leaking roof? Let's see. Last ball of Somnath Das is over. He's conceded 14 so far. There goes Somnath. The man on strike is Ghanshyam. Again takes the aerial route. There's a fielder coming in and he takes the catch. Sandeep takes a comfortable catch in the end to put an end to a blistering knock from Ghanshyam Palit. He departs for 44, and this scorecard now reads 123 for the loss of 4 from 16 overs. So Somnath Das has got his big man, and right now this is a very interesting situation. Last 2 overs left. Well, it should be mindless madness. It should be mindless swinging of the bat and sheer domination of the bowlers. As simple as that. The question is, what route does the batters take? 12 balls remaining. The equation is simple. Hit as many sixes as you can, as many boundaries as you can. So the new man in is Suresh Dash. He scored 219 runs from 25 matches so far. So last 2 overs to go. 16 overs. The scorecard now reads 123 for the loss of 4. Batsa Qureshi has been brought back to the attack. An interesting decision to bring a spinner in the end. Oh! He's given it a wide, and yes, he's got the big man. Suresh Das, the new man, and he has to depart on the very first ball itself. Interesting bowling, trickery of the finest order. When Bacha gets the big wicket of Suresh Das. A decent start to the penultimate over of the innings, and the score now reads 123 for the loss of 5 from 16.1. Bacha has bowled a phenomenal 3 overs so far, and he has been rewarded as well. He deserved this wicket. Well, he traded it for a wide ball actually, but that is rather intelligence there. That is rather a show of new, which probably you won't find out in regular cricket. Last 12 balls of the innings, in fact, he started the over with a wide. Dipayan Datta is at the other end, craving for a strike, but he will have to wait. Bacha over the wicket to the batsman there. Oh, that was a brilliant ball. The batsman couldn't read it at all. Excellent delivery. Bowls a bit short of line there. And there's ample bounce. There's an extra bit of bounce that Bacha is managing to produce from more or less of a flat track. And Gautam takes the aerial route. Has he got enough on it, or it will go straight to the fielder? Straight to the fielder. Bacha is a happy man. Second wicket for him in a span of 2 deliveries. Things are changing. Momentum is shifting. If you would ask me to put it in the words of Bob Dylan, I would say the times they are changing. Yes, they are. Bacha Qureshi has put a grinding halt to the flow of runs and has managed 2 quick wickets. He's had a phenomenal outing so far, and he continues with his rampage. A new man is in the middle now. 2 set batsmen have been removed, and this is what experience does to you. This is what an eye, a hunger for greatness does to you. Bacha Qureshi strikes 2 wickets 2 times in a span of 2 balls. Shankalan is the new batter in. Let's see, can Bacha strike again? Over the wicket to Shankalan. Oh, what a delivery there. The batsman completely missed the line of the ball. This can be a game-changing moment. They were right now riding high on their pyrotechnics, and out of nowhere Bacha has produced magic. This is magical stuff from the spinner there. This time he takes the aerial route. Will he find the gap? No, straight to the fielder, 1 bounce. That'll be a single, to say the least. A beautiful over so far from Bacha. Just 2 runs of it and 2 wickets. A change of ends right now. So last ball of Bacha's over there, and most likely he'll be going round the wicket to Shankalan. Let's see what is there in store. Oh, it's over the wicket. No, there's a quick change. This is again a bit of intensity in store, a bit of drama in store. The equation is simple. He's just trying to test the batsman there. He's just trying to test the mindset of the batsman. These are the things that amplify the spice in the game. Bacha with the last ball of his over. Bowls it in the offside, tries to wriggle a quick single, and he does. So that's the end of the over. 17 overs gone, 125 for the loss of 6. So one last over to conclude this intensifying inning so far. A brilliant fight back from Badshah, dismissed two set batsmen there. So it'll be Sandeep Prasad with the last over. Had an expensive first but an excellent second. So it'll be one last over of madness, one last dance of madness, and one last over of intensifying drama unspooling before our own eyes. Sandeep over the wicket to set bat to the new batter there, Shonkolon. Let's see, Sandeep has got some brutal pace up his sleeves. Bowls that, the batters use it, glides it down the leg side. They'll be eyeing a couple there, but they won't get it. Brilliant field work there, cuts it short to a single. 126 now, the scorecard reads. 5 more balls to go for the over. Can we see a couple of boundaries from there on? Suresh is now on strike. He's new to the crease. He hasn't got much options actually. He'll have to free his arms and hit. That's the only thing left for him right now. And this is what pressure does to you, what a quick switch of momentum does to you. Suresh will be going over the wicket to the batsman there. Sorry, Sandeep will be going over the wicket. Bowls it full and the batter misses its line completely. Wants a run there. The non-striker just actually fizzled away from his line. But he won't get anything because the batter was not even in a stance to run. A decent start to the over so far. One dot ball and one single. And this is the last over. Let's just be aware of it. Last 4 balls of the over remaining. The scorecard now reads 126 for 6. There goes Suresh. Over the wicket again. Again misses the line. The ball is staying low, and this is a very, very contrasting surface. Badshah managed to produce a fine bounce there and some additional bit of bounce that troubled the batsman. But Suresh, for him, the ball is keeping low, and when in case of a fast bowler, the ball keeps low, the batters eventually have it challenging because they're unable to anticipate the resultant deliveries. Last 3 balls of the over, Suresh has been phenomenal so far with his first 3 balls. Just 1 run conceded considering the context of the game. Bowls the next ball, the batsman misses it, the keeper misses it, and that will race away to the boundary. Poor effort there from the wicket keeper. Should have been much cautious there. They can't just let these runs slip. These are valuable runs. We have seen how World Cups have been lost for a matter of 1 run, and here 4 runs were conceded. Only time will tell whether this will be an overwhelming cost that the keeper will have to pay. But at the moment, the batters will embrace them with arms wide open. Last 2 balls of the over remaining. 130 for the loss of 6. The scorecard reads. Suresh will be desperate to swing his arms. Will be expecting at least 1 boundary from the remaining 2 balls. They got 1. They had luck on their side. Bowls it, takes the aerial route. There is cover on the deep, and that will only be a single. One last ball remaining from the over. The question is, how can they change things? Shonkolon on strike. Sandeep has bowled a brilliant final over, other than that boundary that happened because of the wicketkeeper's sloppiness. A quick look at the field. Sandeep will be going over the wicket to the batsman. Final ball. He connects it. There's a gentle tap, and that will race away to the boundary. A brilliant finish to the end of proceedings there. 135 for 6. The target will be of 136 from 18 overs for the Steelbacks.
টার্গেট কত?
টার্গেট জানি না কত, আমি তো জানি আগের বার তো আমি বলিস আমি চলে এসেছি
না না, আরে টার্গেট
130 লাস্টে ঝুলিয়ে গেল হট করে, লাস্ট ওভারটা আগের ওভারটা উইকেটটা পড়ে গেল। এই বোলারটা কি খেলে নাকি বাইরে কোথাও?
খেলতে পারে।
তোর বাচ্চা
500 করেছিস?
ও একাই ঘুরিয়ে দিল।
বলছি কত পড়েছে তুমি জানো?
বাহ, তো একাই 135।
ওই তো দেখ বলে দেখ, ওটা বলে দিচ্ছে, দাঁড়াও আছে এখানে।
তোর নাম কি গো? সরোজ।
ভালো খেলছিল দাদা, সত্যি ভালো খেলছিল।
যা, এখন 4 কেন দিল?
আরে ওটা বারবার রিফ্রেশ হয়ে যাচ্ছে নিজে থেকে ভাই।
সরোজ দা
হার্ড নেমেছিল দেখ,
38 of 23 deliveries. 38 of 23.
38 of 23 মানে 48 47 44 38
আমাদের একে একে ব্যাটসম্যান, প্রথমে আরেকজন মারছিল।
So the second innings is on its way. So target is 136 for CBC. So it's an 18-over game. Due to shortage of time, the game was reduced by 2 overs. I thank my partner Rohit, who was covering it for the first innings. So the stage is set for the second innings. A mouth-watering clash is on the cards. So the first ball and a dot delivery to start off the innings. The second ball a dot as well. So good start by the bowler.
আপডেট করো স্কোরটা।
A left armer to start off the innings. This time heaved towards the longer failure. Gone! So the first wicket gone for CBC. And the left armer strikes. Good start by Northwest. They're defending a total of 135 and they would be leading wickets at the start of the innings. And good start by the Northwest, by the Red Brigade. মানে বলছো না আমাদের
ইংল্যান্ড অল আউট হয়ে গেছে।
অল আউট হয়ে গেছে কত রান? তো হোয়াইট ওয়াশ করবে।
ইংল্যান্ডের ইন্ডিয়ার মিডল অর্ডারের এখন যে অবস্থা,
So the new batsman is Jitu. So that ends the first over. One gone. It's 4 for 1. शेख भाई कनेक्ट नहीं हो रहा फोन क्यों पता नहीं नेटवर्क इशू है शायद नेटवर्क तो फुल है फिर भी कनेक्ट नहीं हो रहा आवाज़ ही नहीं आ रहा है played towards the cover region, a dot ball to start off the second over. Batsman on strike, Faisal. This time cut away in the air over the gully fielder. Running away for a boundary. But got to settle for a single. Short delivery, played straight towards the fielder. Dot ball, good discipline bowling. He's bowling a negative line, not going for wickets, but creating dot balls, so creating a bit of pressure on the batsman. A bit faster delivery this time, straight to the third man fielder, to the gully fielder. So back-to-back dot deliveries. Nudged away towards the leg side for a single. This time he straight towards the long on fielder, just falls short of it, and just a single taken. Good fielding effort by the fielder in long on region. That ends the second over. It's 10 for 1. 8 for 1 7 for 1 after 2 overs. Jitu batting on 1. Faisal Imam batting on 2. He opened the innings. CBC will need a partnership the start of the innings. They need to pace their innings to its perfection to get over the total. Jitu on strike. This time over the cover region all the way to the boundary. Magnificent shot by the batsman, presenting the full face of the blade over the cover region, and a welcome boundary for Jitu and CBC. Suman bowling from the school end. A good delivery this time. A bit of turn. Northwest will be expecting a bit of wickets from him He got a wicket in the first over this time. Short delivery and pulled away for a boundary. Good use of the crease by the batsman. Pitched short and clobbered away towards the fence. Yet another boundary. 2 boundaries in the over. The score moves on to 15. So change in the field. The bowler is happy with the same field. हाँ शेख भाई कहाँ है? कब आए? आ गए. कहाँ हो हाथी का? ये सही में क्या कर रहे हैं? आपने सही पहना था इधर. क्या? ग्रुप में तो दिया हुआ था. APL में. क्या बोल रहे हो? मैच तो दिया हुआ है. एक मिनट होल्ड कीजिए. एक मिनट होल्ड कीजिए. हाँ चिलिंग फैमिली का साथ आपका सही खाना रहता है. एक बार फिलहाल भाई से फ़ोन किया. वो बात कीजिएगा. वो दूसरा ग्राउंड में गए हुए हैं. हाँ बात कीजिए ना. This time played through the coverage and all the way to the fence. It's running away and yes, it's a boundary. So I would like Rohit to continue from here. There we go.
একটু জল দে না. এই একটু জলের দেখ না যদি হয় তো. The umpires exchanging a quick word between themselves, and everything is set now. So it's 3.3 overs so far, and the Steelbacks are currently stationed at 20 for the loss of 2. Shonkolon has been shouldered with the onus of bowling the over, and the man on strike is Faisal Imam. They've lost 2 wickets. Their new batters in. Shonkolon goes around the wicket and he straight away takes the aerial route. Fielder running away and he cannot cut it short. It's across the ropes for a colossal strike. What a way to open the innings there. The target is a steep one and they'll need a lot more of them. They've just started right now. They've lost 2 early wickets. Someone will have to hang in there and play the anchoring role. Oh, it was a 4, so my bad. Apologies from my end. Faisal Aman taking the charge to the bowlers. Shonkolon with the next ball of his over there. Plays it, cuts it beautifully, slices the gap and races to the boundary. What a knock from what a knock there coming over from Faisal Imam. He takes on the charge again, not really allowing Shonkolon to breathe. That breathing space has been cut down. And this is how it's supposed to start. They are chasing a very steep total and they'll have to continue with this battery throughout. A quick exchange of words there from the captain. There goes Shonkolon for the last ball of his over. Pitches it full, but this time he couldn't really use that. That was the ball skidding off the surface. So that will mark the end of the over. That means 4 overs gone. The Steelbacks are 28 for the loss of 2. So far it's been a show of dominance in the last over. 4 overs have been bowled and the score is 28. 108 required from 8 balls for the Steelbacks. And it's a change of ends there. A quick drinks break. It's not exactly scorching and sweltering heat in Kolkata at the moment, but nevertheless there is heat and there is a lot of sunshine. So well, you can call it an idyllic atmosphere for cricket, but the ones fighting out the war in the middle, they definitely deserve an accolade and a couple of drinks too. So a new bowler has been brought to the attack. Faisal Imam has been dictating the proceedings right now. He scored 18 of 12 balls. And Ali Shazeb is the new man on strike. So it's going to be fast ball from one end. And it's going to be Suresh Das to continue the bowling momentum for the Northwest. There goes Suresh. And it'll be over the wicket. Bowls it short, plays it straight to the safe hands of the fielder. So that won't be any run. Ali Shazeb trading it for a duck on the first ball of the over. Not really interested in taking excessive risks. A decent start from Suresh. With the ball in his hand over the wicket. Hairs in with his long stride. This time again tries to glide it down the off sides and hits it straight at the fielder in the point region. So no runs scored. A good start to the over. The first couple of balls still not getting any runs from there on. Third ball of the over. Steelbacks, and this time not at all interested in poking it. It was in that corridor of uncertainty in the off stump. The batter is being cautious here and the umpire telling a word there to the bowler. Most likely he's trading on the dangerous spot on the pitch. So maybe just a word of caution, just not telling him that to be careful, not to step in that area again. That's uncharted territories. There goes Suresh, over the wicket. Bowls it and he gently nudges it to the fielder in the point region. He hairs in from that point area, cuts it short, and there won't be any run from there. Suresh has so far had a decent start to the over, and let's see, can he finish it on a positive note? This time the batsman dances down the track but didn't connect at all. So that will go down in history as another dot ball. So far it's been a rollicking over for Suresh. Let's see if he can continue with the same momentum and finish it on an equally high note. He's conceded just that one run. Here he runs over the wicket to the batsman. Once again, the batsman not really interested in poking around. The ball was way off the trum line there. So it will be another wide and another additional run. Something that the Northwest will definitely not like. Still 2 balls to go from the over. 30 is on the cards and 2 early wickets that has been claimed. Over the wicket from Suresh. Shazam trying to pull it. He would consider himself fortunate. He was almost playing himself down. The ball took a sharp inside edge. Sadly rattles onto his pads and he is safe from now on. One last ball of the over remaining. Suresh has been off to a phenomenal over so far. He's bowled pace, he's used the surface and is making the batsman, he's making it troublesome for the batter. Here he goes over the wicket. Bowls it and he treads it straight to the fielder, who's not exactly at the long on area. He's pointing out there at the mid cover region, and that's it. That's the end of the over, at the mid off area, and that's the end of the over. Both the teams have come to this contest with a lot of zeal, with a lot of intensity to win this, because no matter what good is a contest, no matter how good is a rivalry, no matter how history puts them down, at the end of the day what would matter is a victory. So a new over and a new beginning. The batter quickly setting himself up, sets his cap. 5 overs have been bowled, 30 has been scored and 2 wickets have been lost. There's a change of bowling there. The Northwest hoping to ring some early success. They had a couple of success there. Faisal Imam has been in blistering form at the moment, and most likely it will be Faisal Imam to face him. Oh, that was a lovely delivery there and a decent piece of work from the keeper, troubling the umpire a bit. He'll have to walk a mile altogether to get the stumps back in shape, but nevertheless, the umpire must be a happy man. The keeper's done the job for him right now, and that would do. But getting back to cricket, this was a decent delivery. Kept it in the line of the stumps, didn't really allow the batter to free his arms, and kept the scoreboard exactly stationary at the moment. Siraj Kumar Shaw is the one who has been shouldered with the bowling department. He played a decent knock with the bat, and now the question is, can he chime in with equal brilliance with the ball in his arms? There on Sharoj, herring in from round the wicket, bowls it very nicely, tucks it down in that offside area, and a decent piece of work in the fielding there. A single will be taken nonetheless. The scoreboard ticks on and the batter exchanges sides, and the fielder is pretty sure to have a pat on his back for his presence of mind. Again, a quick change in fielding there, as it's a left hand right hand combination building. Ali Shazeb is a left hand batsman, and he can actually strike the ball a fair distance once he gets his eyes in. Siraj Kumar Shaw bombing down over the wicket to Ali Shazeb. Bowls it short, but Ali Shazeb completely misses the line, and the ball clatters onto the gloves of the keeper standing behind the timber. Another dot ball. So maybe at one point in time it may feel that these dot balls are inconsequential, but at the same time, if the history goes down the other way, well, before I go ahead, another same delivery. He's sticking to that line. That is very disciplined bowling from Siraj Kumar Shaw. He's mainly bowling close to that third stump. He's bowling in that area of the fourth stump in the offside. That's not allowing the batsman much room, and at the same time he's bowling at good pace. So two things combined in equal proportions can really be devastating for a batter. So he bowls it, and it was a ball that went straight down. The batter have chosen the spot, but the fielders are converging from both ends. However, a couple of runs will be easily stolen away. Good cricket, sensible cricket all around. The fielder doing a decent job, the batter doing a decent job. The scorecard now moving up to 33 for the loss of 2 from 5.5. One last ball. Saroj has so far had a decent over. The question is, can he finish it on a good note? A good conclusion is of imperative symbolic importance, and he smashed it this time, but straight to the fielder. So no runs whatsoever. That's the end of 6 overs, 33 for the loss of 2. Yes, there has been a change of bowling. A new bowler is coming into action. The man on strike will be the menacing Faisal Imam. He's faced 14 balls, scored 19 runs, that has starred 4 boundaries so far. Now the question is, how do the tables change? Again, coming down the pitch, hoping to strike it hard, but then he saw that the ball was a bit off from the chart that he was following, and he lets it fly to the keeper. Decent bowling from Suresh Das there, maintaining a stringent line and length, making life a bit difficult for the batter there. Over the wicket to Faisal Imam. Again, Imam dances down the pitch and misses it by a mile. Good bowling there, very, very sensible bowling, sticking to the rudimentary of cricket, keeping that exact same line that he's supposed to. Faisal Imam, he's a man who really looks forward to score runs, who's not someone who will hang in there and play those defensive strokes. He's a dynamic batsman, but this kind of rashness is dangerous in cricket. Suresh with the next ball, the over, asking the keeper to back off, so most likely there will be some pace and it will probably be shorter than you would expect. Suresh herring in over the wicket to Faisal Imam. Bowls it there and beautifully tucked in, but it will be cut short. A single nevertheless. The score now moves up to 34 for the loss of 2 from 6.3 overs. Decent bowling. What Suresh has just done, he's bowled to his field, and that is important. You bowl to your field to keep things under check. Faisal moves on to 20 from 17 balls. Ali has played 10 balls and has managed to score just 2 runs. There was Faisal. Bowls it, a wild swing at the bat, but the cherry was nowhere closer. Suresh Das, a happy man, 1.4 overs so far from his repertoire, and he's just conceded 3 runs. The keeper is still standing at a fair amount of distance, so that means the pace and the bounce will be there. Shot, and he hammered it, but straight to the fielder. Brilliant fielding effort there. Kept an eye on the ball, was extremely electric on the run, and cuts down at least 3 runs. Good cricket, very good cricket from Northwest there. Brings back Faisal Imam to the strike now. Last ball of Suresh Das is over. And here he goes, and that's the last ball. Over the wicket. Oh, Faisal Imam dances a bit, shuffles his stance, hoping for a run to be quickly stolen, and at the end of the day manages a single. 7 overs gone, and the score now reads 36 for the loss of 2. There's a quick exchange of drinks there. 7 overs have gone, 36 for the loss of 2. Well, still now the equation looks to be in control of the Northwest. 100 run required, a 66 ball, so it's almost close to 10 runs and over. And this will keep on piling if they cannot produce a few boundaries in the next forthcoming over. So they'll have to, maybe if not the fifth gear, they'll have to press the second gear. And the man they will be rooting for to get those boundaries in place, that's Faisal Imam. He's moved on to 21, he's been batting there for a while. And it'll be interesting who will be there bowling. Saroj Kumar Shaw starts with a wide. Saroj is not happy with the decision. He says that it must have kissed the pads of the batsman. So maybe you should reconsider your decision. But then again, if the umpire has signaled something, it's given. There's no turning back from it. Faisal Imam taking his time. It's been a while, he's been a bit reticent, he's not gotten the boundaries, he's tried desperately. This time takes the aerial route, there is a fielder but will be one drop short. So once again we can see how restless Faisal Imam is to get that much needed boundary. Sadly, he is still to fire those rollicking strikes that he was doing in the early stages of the game. 7.1 overs has been bowled. So all set there. It will be Saroj Kumar Shaw bowling to Ali Shazeb. There goes Saroj. It was a brilliant delivery. He flicks it down the leg side. There is ample protection there. There will only be a single. So the boundaries are not flowing at the moment. They are keeping the scoreboard rotating. They are scoring those quick runs that is expected of them. Faisal Imam, he's been there for a while now. He's batting with aplomb. And Faisal Imam takes the aerial route. There's a fielder there, but he will not cut it short. It's a 6, a massive strike. It was a while he was restless for those boundaries to come in, and it has finally came. And it came in style, in grand and magnificent style. He struck it through that long on boundary for a 6. What a shot that was. A bit over pitched. He had ample time to swing his arms, and he brings those heavy arms down in style with a theatrical flourish, smoking it to the long on boundary for a 6. They are trying to look for a ball at the moment, and sadly it's not to be found. Just hope things work out. They're looking for a new ball maybe. Well, there's a desperate attempt to find the ball. The ball has been lost in the bushes, and it's not a very welcome sight while a tournament is ongoing, but nevertheless the organizers have been doing their best to get a blockbuster cricketing extravaganza afoot, and these are small drawbacks of the tournament, but I don't think it would actually affect much. .3 overs have been bowled, and so it's a pleasant sight. The batting side sharing a couple of words with the fieldsmen as the ball is lost. It's some interesting confab in the centre, and the rivalries in the ground can be kept aside for a while. These are the examples that we expect, that we want these young cricketers to set. So, Saroj Kumar Shaw heading in round the wicket this time, and he was not really happy with what he must have seen. I guess the batsman is telling him a few things, and these things happen in cricket. We have seen a lot in international cricket. Just because it's domestic cricket and you expect the sledge to go down, it's not really easy. But I am pretty sure it's a couple of friendly banters maybe that they have exchanged between themselves. And now Saroj Kumar Shaw seething in from round the wicket, dances down the pitch, and he misses it again. That was a bit short of length. that was a sign of vengeance. In the latest trailer of Batman, if you would see, he said, "I am vengeance." That was probably a sign of vengeance. A couple of words were exchanged between the batter and the bowler, just the delivery before, and then the very next ball we see heading it at almost 130-35 clicks at the batsman and a short one. There goes Saroj. He dances down the pitch, smashes it, but straight to the fielder. So that will only be a single, and they'll be happy. One more ball to go from Saroj's over. He's leaked a few runs actually. He's leaked 13 runs to be honest. He was just smoked for a astronomical 6 a couple of deliveries back. There goes Shaw over the wicket this time. Again he frees his arms, but that will be straight to the fielder in the long on. So only a single there. Sorry, in the long off. So that's the end of 8 overs. 47 for 2 is what the scorecard says for the CBC Steelbacks. So 8 overs have been bowled, and now it's time for the 9th over. The score now reads 47 for the loss of 2. And this time he takes the aerial loot. Can be it. No, the keeper. It's a desperate attempt from the fielder, Dipayan, but he couldn't grab it. It's down for a 6. A massive strike from Ali Shazeb, and he's finding the back of the net. I think he's finding the back of the ropes, to be sorry. I think that was a phenomenal strike. It had a lot of force backed by it. It was struck by substantial force, and it went across the ropes. A decent effort from the fielder nevertheless. Here he goes. And again swinging the arms wildly this time. Dipayan coming to cut it short, making amends for his preceding error. Not exactly an error, but a preceding howler, to be honest. You don't drop catches in the matches. They say catches win your matches. We have seen what kind of impact a catch can have on the game. And so far these two have played in perfect sync with each other. Now Faisal Imam is on strike. Suresh Das with the ball in his hands over the wicket to Faisal Imam. Oh, that would have taken him by. Oh my God, there's a confusion there. But the batsman comes back in time. I guess Faisal Imam was jarred by the short ball that was bowled at him. It instantly hit the deck and it bobbled up to him. So it was not easy to play that shot, and somehow he just manages to trade it without an injury. So a bit fortunate there for Faisal. Suresh Das showing his speed there. Again Faisal walks down the pitch, trying to get some room for himself, doesn't connect, the ball goes to the keeper. Oh, there goes Suresh for the next ball. This time Faisal not really showing that insane amount of zeal to get a boundary, plays it sensibly, plays it down the off and steals a single. Last ball of the over remaining. The score now reads 55 for the loss of 2 from 8.5. A staggering 81 is still needed from 51 balls. Suresh Das all set. There goes Suresh over the wicket. Bowls it and he cannot connect there. He even cannot get a single there. So that's a good ball there from Suresh. A fine ball that won't allow him anything. That's the end of 9 overs. Halfway of the innings is gone. 55 scored for the loss of 2. So 81 required from 54 at 9 per over. Ali Shazeb so far has played a decent role. He scored 12 of 17. Faisal Imam has also been pretty decent so far. He's just had some water, like I said. Despite the fact that it's winter, usually during these times, it's very difficult to continue. I mean, to play with the sun at its fullest bloom, the sun at its magnificence. So yes, halfway of the innings is gone through, and so far it's 55 for the loss of 2. Both the teams had their shares of moments, or had their moments of glory, but they were all fragmented and tattered. They weren't pieced together in a garland of paradise. So, new over. Over the wicket there to the batsman. Again, Faisal dances down the pitch, steals away a quick single. A lot of work, a loud appeal. And the umpire says, no, the batsman has made safe grounds there. Well, it seemed like the batsman was struggling, but it wasn't really sure. Good piece of work in the fieldman there. And the keeper, on an honest note, was in a very awkward position. The run rate is slowly climbing and making life a bit difficult than usual. This partnership has definitely gone a long way. It scored 36 runs from 34 balls, and it's good to see so far. And it's a change of bowling. A new bowler is in place. It's Shonkolon who's coming in there, coming in over the wicket. Bowls it, and it was a lovely attempt from the batsman, a bold one in fact, to sweep it down that leg side, but he missed the line completely and the ball went to the keeper. So yeah, a bit fortunate there. And again over the wicket, again trying for a sweep shot. The ball was in the air for a while. This can be a run out opportunity, but a wild throw from the fielder passes up on another opportunity. This is not the kind of fielding that you would want for your team. And it just happened. The fielder throwing it, probably a good throw could have probably got him a wicket there. Because this partnership has been building for a while now, and it's not easy to keep things in check if the partnership keeps on building. Shongolon over the wicket again to Faisal Imam. Imam dances down the pitch, and that's it. That's the end of his essay. He was restless to score runs, and finally that meets its end after he misses the ball. He completely missed the line of the ball. It was a skitter, and the wicket keeper putting an end to what so far seemed to be a decent knock. 31 runs from 26 balls. That saw 4 fours and 1 6. The CBC Steelbacks are currently stationed at 56 for the loss of 3 wickets. Batsman. ও আচ্ছা, আমি এটা দেখে ভাবছি, এটা দেখে বলবো কাকু তো এটাতেই ইয়ে করে। So a new batsman is at the crease, and so far things haven't really looked good right now. Things are not looking good rather for the Steelbacks. They have lost their most aggressive hitter. Now let's see what unfolds there. Oh, that's out of the park. That's straight out of the park. What a way to open the innings. Short of length, kind of an offering, lofted to the batter, and he smokes it down the leg side in glorious fashion. What a strike. What a way to up the score to 62 now. Sean Cullen will have to be careful from here on. He can't bowl those short balls. They are easy pickings for the batter. And that sensible cricket quickly tucks it down to that area. A quick single stolen away. Good cricket, very good cricket in fact. So 10 overs have gone. The score right now reads 64 for the loss of 3. The new man in is Shahid Ahmed, and he's playing a few decent strokes already. So there will be a continuation of Suresh from the other end. The score now reads 64 for the loss of 3 from 10 overs. The last 8 overs remaining and 72 runs need to be scored at 9 per over. It's quite a steep ask, but the thing is, this is T20 cricket and anything can happen. And that should be a wide. It flicked down the leg side, so yeah, the bowler won't be happy. They have things under control and they'll like to continue with the domination. A change of baton, a change of momentum really sets a wrong tone for the bowling side. Suresh over the wicket. An attempt for a quick single and taken. Good running between the wickets. This is sensible cricket too. I mean, if you don't get those boundaries coming, if you then go the ball kissing the ropes, you need to keep the scoreboard continuously ticking. You have to exchange those singles and twos, change those nothing into singles and singles to doubles and doubles to triples. Shahid Ahmed, the man who smoked his first ball for a 6, is on strike. Suresh over the wicket to Shahid. Shahid once again takes the aerial route and clears it with consummate ease. What a strike there from Shahid. He's upping the ante there. He's upping the game completely by his own measures. 2 sixes and 3 balls. This is classic cricket from the southpaw. He means business, and he means business in the most relentless fashion. Suresh will have to be careful in getting and navigating the mazes of bowling there. He can't afford to bowl him in those lines. Shahid takes the aerial route, fielder getting underneath it, and he misses it. He missed one of the simplest efforts. It was miles high in the sky. He had probably ages to settle himself underneath it, gets underneath it, takes the catch and drops it. There has been a display of incessant poor feeling so far. A lot of catches have been dropped, and if this continues, things won't be looking pretty promising there. And this time Shahid strikes it. There is ample save. Good fielding there. Very good fielding. Covers a lot of ground, throws his body onto the ground and saves it. A quick change of ends, a quick single stolen. Suresh Das just trying to gain his composure back. He had a decent first 3 overs. The last over so far hasn't been kind to him. Ali Shazaib on strike. The man who smoked the 6 there. And Ali Shazaib again taking the aerial route. There's a fielder this time, and that is taken. That's the end of the bold innings played by Ali Shazaib. He's gone for 19 from 20 balls. And Suresh Das finally does the trick here. The score now reads 72 for the loss of 4. Sorry, 74 for the loss of 4 actually. There will be a new batsman at the crease, and the required run rate, it's simply not coming down below 8. So that is what is making life a lot more treacherous for the batting side. The CBC Steelbacks, they are in consistent pursuit of glory, but then again, the fall of wickets has been a major bother. Like, wickets have continuously fallen at both ends, which has made life a lot more difficult. So there's a new man in. Suresh Das has done the trick. He's claimed his wicket, and the Steelbacks have lost their 4th wicket despite the dominion that was supposed to be there. Suresh left with the last ball of his over. There goes Suresh over the wicket. And this time flicks it down the leg side, attempting a quick single and a direct hit, but no, goes straight to the fielder. A decent cover from the man standing in the long off area, runs down, cuts it short and prevents another unnecessary run. That's the end of 11 overs, and the score now reads 75 for the loss of 4. So there's some intense discussions going up there, a few discussions that how the field should be placed and how things must be lined up to minimize the leakage of runs. 62 runs are needed of the last 42 balls. The new batsman who is in is Somnath Das, and Shahid Ahmed is there on the other side. It will be Somnath who will be on strike, and it'll be interesting to check out. It will be Amanul Sheikh with the ball and cuts it beautifully using the pace, and that will race away to the boundary. It's a glorious strike from Shahid Ahmed. Picks up the ball. It was a bit off and it had a lot of space. All he needed to do was just steer it into the space, and he did it comfortably and racks up another boundary. This is going to be one crackling encounter, that's for sure, because 62 runs are still needed to win the game with 42 balls in the hut. Amanul Sheikh, not a welcome that he was expecting, but a welcome nonetheless. Here he goes. Again, this time plays it straight down. 2 fielders converging on it from the deep, and it will only be a single. Amanul running down, round the wicket to the batsman. Again, this time a very nice tactic there. Keep the scoreboard ticking, get those boundaries whenever you get those loose balls, and go ahead and keep the run rate right on spot. 11.2 overs have been bowled. The score now reads 79 for the loss of 4. 57 runs required from the last 40 balls. Round the wicket once again to the batsman, and very nicely glided down. There is protection, of course, in the third man area, who's a bit finer than you would want him to be. There was a quick attempt, but the batter is well in control. So yes, another quick single stolen. 11.3 overs have been bowled, and the score now reads 77 for the loss of 4. This is good batting so far, sensible batting, keeping the scorecard ticking, getting those boundaries whenever they can, and ensuring the fact that this team stays as close as to the to the target when those final overs come. This time a bit short, and what a catch! What a catch! Threw him down, covered a distance, and caught an absolute blinder of the air. Another wicket falls. This time the batsman had nothing that he could produce. He had shown his best, and the fielder has picked up his best. Covered a distance to his right, and then threw in that much needed dive with a picture perfect timing and a brilliant take in the end. So that's a massive dent to the aspirations of the Steelbacks. Northwest on top right at the moment. Another new man in the center, and right now with the required run rate being more than 9, it will be a lot more challenging. So the captain is finally making his way to the middle. Fidal Hawk, he's known for conjuring those massive hits, but right now the situation is different. The situation is far more hostile, the situation is far more inimical, and it won't be greeting him with a warm welcome. It'll be desperation, it'll be cold measures, and at the end of the day, it will be something that the batters won't really like. He'll have to keep us calm and play his knocks accordingly. He'll have to choose his shots very carefully. So yes, Fidal Hawk marking his leg stump. The question is, how far can he drag his team right now? His team is stuttering, stammering, teetering along the fringes of insanity. Beautiful shot straight to the fielder. It was like a one swift moment of delivery. The ball released in whiplash fashion from the bowler's arms, came to the bat of Fidal Hawk. He glided it to the offside, straight at the fielder, pointed only for him. That's the end of the over. 12 overs gone, and the scorecard still reads 77. However, an additional wicket has been lost. এখনো 59 চাই 39 136 স্কোর আপডেট করছে না কেন স্কোর আপডেট করছে না কেন So the equation is very simple from there on. It needs 59 runs from 36 balls. This time he plays it down the leg side, a blazing strike from the batter. So this would help him. This would help him go ahead and get some momentum his way. There was a nice strike there, waiting for it, and finally finds it in the hitting slot. Smokes it down the leg side for a smashing boundary. Score moves on to 81 for the loss of 5 now. The bowler will have to be careful. This is something where he would definitely not like his balls to be. Time bowls it and very carefully trades it back. And here he goes. This time Amanul, and oh! That must have hit the batsman hard, because he racked it with full blow, full swing of the bat, and it straight away went on to hit Fidal there at the non-striker's end. The opposition team really checking on this. I mean, it's a great show of sportsmanship again. They say that let the rivalry remain in the field and let the friendship carry on for eternity. And that is exactly what has happened. That was a crackling blow from the batter, and the ball flew at Fidal Hawk. Even before he could retract himself, the ball struck him, and he's all right, it seems. So Shuman Bose will continue with his attacks from the other end, and it's going to be over the wicket. and he gently nudges it down the leg side. The score now moves off to 82 for the loss of 5. 54 runs required right now from 31 deliveries. It's getting tougher and tougher for the Steelbacks. And Northwest currently, well, medical attention has been called onto the field there. Oh no, they just wanted to change the bat. So another bat has been taken away by the captain, Fidal. The thing is, can this bat bring him luck? Last ball of the over, and Fidal gently defends it, not really interested in hitting it back. My bad, it was actually not the last ball of the over. There's still a ball to go, to be honest. And here he goes. This time Fidal plays it gently, nudges it to the fielder there. No runs will be scored. That's the end of the over. 13 overs gone, and the scorecard now reads 81 for the loss of 5. Score update করছে না কেন? A new over and some new ambitions. Last 5 overs of the game remaining. 55 runs needs to be scored, and 5 wickets have already fallen, so it's not going to be an easy task. It's going to be a mountain to climb, and they are still to even hit the roots. The question is, can they carry on from here? The captain is in the middle. The captain took a deafening blow to his thighs. And this time the bowler herring in from round the wicket, bowls it. It was a nice shot. There is protection. The fielder cuts it down easily to a single. A lot of things are still to be taken care of. The batting side will have to be more desperate in their exploits, because overs. Oh, it was a brilliant wicket, brilliant work from the wicket keeper. It was a fast delivery that really rattled the batter, but then at the end of the day, the keeper did a phenomenal job of cutting it short. Here he goes, round the wicket again. Bowls it, takes the aerial loot. There is a fielder. That will mark the end of the captain. And he goes for nothing, to be honest. He could have done better, but that marks the end. Fidal Haq departs. He had taken, like I said, he copped a deafening blow. But at the end of the day, he won't be a happy man. He tried to free his arms, and in the end, ended up holing out to the fielder at the point region. A poor shot, to say the least, and further trouble for the CBC Steelbacks. It's as if they are slowly walking into an ordeal of jeopardy, or into an ordeal of death. Score! Dana, score! তুমি 12.3 ওভার অবধি আপডেট করে রেখে দিয়েছো, 13 ওভার খেলাও তো চললো। Things are getting as difficult as it can. The question is, can they carry on from here? Do they find a new hope? There's a good delivery there. It caught the toe end of the bat. A quick single will be stolen nonetheless. Right now, it's all about keeping the scoreboard ticking. You never know, maybe the last couple of overs, you can still manage to strike as big as you want. So keep the required rate within reach. That's the only way out. Here he goes again, round the wicket. He's taken that aerial loot. There is a fielder. No, there is not. That's beautifully played, and it's gone all the way for 6. A massive strike from the batsman, and he's completely ravaged it in style. This is sensible cricket. This is very, very sensible cricket from the CBC Steelbacks. They continue with the rampage now. Again, plays it straight down, but just one drop to the fielder. The ball changed its trajectory in the moment. It had some breeze there, assisting the bowler's luck, and that's the end of the over. The run rate has been going sky high there, and it's quite obvious they'll be looking for at least a couple of boundaries from here on, because if they can't, things will be deadly, things will be challenging, and there won't be any going back from there. Over the wicket to the batter again. Oh, that's a massive strike. A poor delivery there. It was a half pitch delivery, allowed the batsman to free his arms, and the batsman would never give up that opportunity. Great strike there. It was a classic shot here, and we would be expecting more of these. As I said, a couple of boundaries are needed from now on. Here he goes over the wicket. This time he's got the aerial loot. The fielder's there. Takes a simple catch in the end. And finally it comes to an end. All the domination in the world, all the dominion, all the theatrics along with the bat meets an end in the fielder down at the middle, in the deep mid-off area. Good knock so far, and now this blow can be probably a game changer again. They'll have to find out a way from here on, and right now things are just going from bad to worse for the Steelbacks. The Northwest is utterly in rampant form at the moment. With every passing delivery, life gets tougher. Life gets nightmarish for the Steelbacks. They are trying desperately to stay afloat in the maze of the ever-navigating. And again, it's in the air. It's in the air. Fielders underneath. Oh! He juggled a bit, but at the end of the day, completes a safe take. Another wicket departs, and right now, it has all been Northwest. Northwest spreading like a swarm of suits over the CBC Steelback. What a performance, what an incredible showdown there from them. So at the moment a new batsman is in, and as I mentioned previously, things are going even further downhill, and it simply won't just stop. It feels as if with every passing ball they are inching closer to their destruction. What an incredible performance from Northwest. They have ridden the storm of confidence like a bold warrior. Here he comes over the wicket again. Again takes the aerial route, but most likely it's gonna fall short. They don't have many options left. They will have to open up their heavy artillery. They'll have to hit the ropes consistently. The asking run rate is climbing as high as it can. A quick nod of approval from the fielder there to the bowler that he's confident. Oh, what a delivery there! He completely foxed the batsman with an absolute scorcher. Skidding off the surface, and the ball went on to kiss the timber. Another wicket goes down, and this looks a bit humiliating now. They are losing wickets faster than an avalanche. So the last man is in. Honestly speaking, in cricketing context, in the cricketing lexicon, they don't just need a miracle, they need probably a miracle of the miracles to go ahead and change the complexion of the game. Because from here, it definitely doesn't look that they are going to win. And the way the last few wickets fell for them, I mean, it was like in the flash of an eye. Somebody would have been not hooked to the game for the next 5 minutes, would have probably known that what life was all about. So it's all said there. The last dance from the bowler who troubled the opposition a lot with his bowling. The question is, can he pull off a miracle with the bat? Let's see. It's over the wicket again. A loud appeal, and the finger has gone up. That's it. Things came down in quick fashion. It was as if a house of cards were crumbling in front of a cannonball, rambling, battering at them. That's it, and it's a massive victory for the Northwest over CBC Steelbacks.